Station E19 wasn't important. That was exactly why Maya had been assigned there. A small orbital station above a quiet industrial planet, handling cargo transfers and basic traffic control. No military presence. No high-value shipments. Just routine work, slow hours, and long nights. For Maya, fresh out of training, it was supposed to be easy. Status check, she asked, leaning toward the console. Same as always, replied Jonas from the comms desk. 3 cargo routes on schedule. No dilas. Maya nodded, trying not to sound too eager. Good. Keep monitoring. She sat back, eyes drifting to the main screen. Ships came and went. Slow, predictable paths. Nothing ever changed here. That was the problem. She had trained for pressure, for decisions, for real responsibility. Instead, she got silence. A soft beep interrupted her thoughts. Small, almost ignorable. Maya glanced at the alert panel. Jonas, did you see that? He frowned. See what? Signal ping. External. He tapped his console. I've got nothing. Maya leaned closer, replaying the log. There was again. Short. Clean. Not noise. Wait, she said quietly. There it is again. Jonas finally caught it. Yeah, that's not one of ours. Maya straightened. Source. Unknown. It's close. Like really close. The main screen showed empty space around the station. Calm. Normal. Too normal. Before we go further, quick pause eyes. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. What would you do if you were alone on a quiet station and something started pinging from outside? Maya swallowed. Scan again. Full sweep. Jonas complied. Running it now. A few seconds passed. Then, nothing. Maya frowned. That's impossible. Yeah, Jonas said slowly. Signal's still there, but there's no object. Another beep. Closer this time. Maya's fingers hovered over the controls. Open external cameras, she said. The screen flickered slightly as the view shifted. Still nothing. Just the station. An empty space. Then, a faint movement. Not a ship. Not debris. Just a brief distortion, like heat-bending light. Jonas leaned forward. Did you see that? Maya didn't answer, because the signal stopped. Completely. Silence returned. Too fast. Too clean. Maya stared at the screen, a small unease settling in her chest. Jonas. Yeah, if there's nothing out there. She didn't finish the sentence, because something didn't add up. And for the first time since arriving at Station E19, the night shift didn't feel boring anymore. The silence lasted longer this time. Too long. Maya kept her eyes on the screen, waiting for the distortion to come back. It didn't. Jonas tapped his console again. Signal's gone. Logs? Maya asked. Still there, he said. It was real. Maya nodded slowly. That mattered. If it was recorded, it wasn't just in their heads. Run the scan again, she said. I already. Run it again. Jonas didn't argue this time. The system hummed quietly as it swept the surrounding space once more. Sensors extended, pinging outward, checking every direction. Nothing. No chips. No debris. No anomalies. Just empty orbit. Maya exhaled slowly. Okay, so we had a signal with no source, and now it's gone. Jonas leaned back. Could be interference. From what? He didn't answer. Because there wasn't anything out here that could cause it. Another few seconds passed. Then, beep. Both of them froze. Jonas turned slowly to his screen. It's back. Maya felt her stomach tighten. Same pattern. Yeah. Same frequency. Same strength. Location. Jonas hesitated. Closer. Maya's eyes snapped to the main display. Define closer. Jonas swallowed. It's inside the perimeter now. That wasn't possible. Nothing had crossed the station's boundary alarms. No docking requests. No approach vectors. No alerts. And yet, another beep. Clearer. Sharper. Maya stood up. Check internal sensors. Jonas blinked. Internal. Do it. He switched systems, hands moving faster now. A pause. Then, Maya. Her voice dropped. What? I'm reading the signal from the station. Silence. Maya felt a chill run down her arms. That's not possible. I know. Where exactly? Jonas zoomed in on the station schematic. A blinking dot appeared. Level 2. Maintenance corridor. Maya stared at it. That section's empty, she said. No crew assigned tonight. Jonas nodded slowly. Yeah, another beep. Louder. The dot pulsed once, then stayed steady. Maya grabbed her headset. Control to maintenance. Confirm status in corridor L2-7. No response. She tried again. Maintenance, respond. Still nothing. Jonas leaned closer. Comms are working. They should hear you. Maya's grip tightened slightly. Pull up cameras. Jonas switched feeds. The corridor appeared on screen. Long, narrow. Quiet. Light steady. No movement. Nothing. And yet, the signal was there. Inside, Maya stared at the empty hallway. Zoom in, she said. The camera slowly pushed forward. Closer. Closer. Everything looked normal. Until the lights flickered. Just once. And for a split second, something moved at the far end of the corridor. Too fast to identify. Then, nothing. The signal stopped again. Gone. Jonas whispered. Did you see that? Maya didn't answer, because now she was thinking something much worse. It didn't arrive from outside. It didn't pass through sensors. It just appeared. Maya didn't look away from a screen. Replay that, she said. Jonas pulled the last few seconds from the camera feed. The corridor appeared again, still quiet, empty. Then the flicker, frame by frame. Slower. The lights dimmed for a fraction of a second. And there, something, a shape, at the far end of the corridor. Too dark, too quick. Pause, Maya said. The image froze. Jonas zoomed in. Pixels stretched. Clarity dropped. But the shape was still there. Not a person. Not exactly. Just a vertical form, slightly off-center. Like someone standing half out of frame. Jonas leaned closer. That's not equipment. No, Maya said quietly. Another second passed. Then the image snapped forward again as the playback resumed. The corridor returned to normal. Empty. The signal was gone. Maya exhaled slowly. Okay, so we have what? An unidentified signal and a visual glitch. Jonas didn't look convinced. That wasn't a glitch. No, Maya agreed. It wasn't. Silence settled again. Then Maya made a decision. I'm going down there. Jonas turned sharply. What? Alone? It's a maintenance corridor, not a war zone. We don't know that, he said. Maya grabbed her jacket from the back of the chair. We know enough. No breach alarms. No pressure loss. No hostile signals. Jonas stood up. Or we're missing something. Maya paused at the door. That's exactly why I need to check. She clipped her comm unit in place. Stay here. Keep monitoring. If anything changes, you tell me immediately. Jonas hesitated, then nodded. Yeah, okay. Maya gave one last glance at the screen. The corridor, still empty. Then she stepped out. The station felt different outside the control room. Quieter. The hum of systems seemed louder in the narrow hallways. Her footsteps echoed lightly as she moved toward level 2. Maya to control, she said. I'm approaching L2-7. Jonas's voice came through, slightly tense. Copy. No new signals. Good. She turned the corner. The corridor was ahead, exactly like on the screen. Long, narrow, empty, lights steady, nothing unusual. Maya stepped inside. The air felt normal. No temperature change. No sound. No movement. She walked slowly forward. Still nothing, she said quietly. Jonas responded, Yeah, cameras match your position. Maya stopped halfway down the corridor. This was where the signal had been strongest. She looked around. Walls, panels, closed access doors, everything in place. Jonas, she said, check signal logs again. A pause. Then, Maya, her grip tightened slightly. What? It's back. Her heart skipped. Where? A beat. Then, right on top of you. The lights flickered. Not once, but twice. Maya froze. The corridor went silent. Too silent. Then, from somewhere behind her, a soft sound. Like a step. She slowly turned. The corridor was empty. But now, she wasn't sure she was alone anymore. Maya didn't move. Her eyes scanned the corridor slowly, carefully. Nothing. No one. Just the same narrow walls and steady lights. Jonas, she whispered, Confirm visual. I've got you on camera, he said quickly. You're alone. Alone. That word didn't feel right anymore. You said the signal is on me? Yeah, Jonas replied. It's centered exactly on your position. Maya swallowed. That's not possible. I know. Silence stretched. Then, top. A soft sound. Behind her. Maya turned again, faster this time. Nothing. But the sound had been real. She knew it. Jonas. I'm hearing movement. I don't see anything. Check blind spots. Already did. There's nothing there. Another second passed. Then, top. Closer. Maya's breathing slowed. Controlled. Okay, she said quietly. If someone's here, this isn't funny. Show yourself. No response. Just the low hum of the station. And then, the lights flickered. Longer this time. The corridor dimmed for a full second. And in that second, Maya saw it, right in front of her. A figure, standing only a few meters away. Still, silent, watching. Then the lights came back. Gone. Maya stepped back instinctively. Jonas, did you see that? No, he said immediately. There's nothing on camera. Her heart was beating faster now. It was right here, she said. Right in front of me. Maya. The feed is clear. There's no one there. That made it worse. Much worse. Because that meant it wasn't showing up on the system. Another flicker. Short. And this time, the signal spiked. Jonas's voice sharpened. Maya, it's increasing fast. How fast? It just doubled. No, wait. The lights cut out. Complete darkness. For half a second. Then, emergency lights kicked in. Dim red. Uneven. Maya didn't move. Didn't breathe too loudly. Because now, she could hear it. Not steps. Not exactly. Something lighter. Like movement without weight. Circling. Jonas, she whispered. I'm here. It's moving. I still don't see anything. Of course he didn't. Maya slowly turned her head. The corridor felt tighter now. Closer. The red lights stretched shadows along the walls. And then, right at the edge of her vision, something shifted. She snapped her head toward it. Nothing. But, a second too late, the sound came again. Right behind her. Closer than before. Maya didn't turn immediately this time, because now she understood something important. It wasn't just there. It was reacting, waiting, testing. Her voice dropped. You're not lost, are you? Silence. Then, for the first time, a response. Not a voice. Just a faint shift in the air. Right next to her ear. Like something leaning in. Listening. Maya didn't turn. Every instinct told her to. But she held still. Because whatever was behind her, it was waiting for a reaction. Her voice stayed low. Controlled. Jonas, don't say anything for a second. A pause. Okay. Silence filled the corridor. No footsteps. No movement. But the presence was still there. Maya could feel it. Not touching her. Not quite. But close enough to matter. She took a slow breath. Then, she stepped forward. Just one step. Behind her, nothing. No sound. No movement. Maya frowned slightly. Then she stepped again. This time, shift. Right behind her. Matching her. Same distance. Same pace. Her pulse quickened. It's following me, she said quietly. Jonas didn't hesitate. Get out of there. Not yet. Maya, I need to confirm something. Another step. Again, that soft, weightless movement behind her. Perfectly timed. Perfectly spaced. Like it was copying her position. Her eyes moved to the wall panel beside her. Polished surface. Not quite a mirror, but reflective enough. She slowed down. Carefully, watching the panel as she moved. At first, nothing. Just her own reflection. Slightly distorted. Then, for a fraction of a second, something else. Right behind her. A shape. Close. Too close. Then it vanished again. Maya stopped walking. The corridor went still. The presence stopped too. Exactly when she did. Her voice dropped even lower. You're matching me. No answer. But she didn't expect one. She shifted her weight slightly. A small movement. Subtle. Behind her. The same adjustment. Jonas whispered through calms. Maya, I'm telling you, there's nothing there. I know, she said. That's the problem. Another flicker of the red lights. The reflection returned. Just for a moment. This time clearer. A human-like outline. Same height. Same posture. Same stance. Maya's stomach tightened. It's copying me. Silence. Jonas didn't argue this time. Because now, he could hear it too. That faint, synchronized movement. Perfectly aligned with her. Maya took one slow step back. Behind her, the same step. At the exact same time. No delay. No mistake. Her voice was barely above a whisper now. You don't want to scare me, do you? Nothing. Then, for the first time, it made a mistake. A tiny one. A fraction too late. A delay. Small, but real. Maya's eyes sharpened. You're learning. The lights flickered again. And this time, the reflection didn't disappear immediately. For just a second longer, she saw it clearly, standing right behind her, mimicking her perfectly, but its head tilted slightly, in a way she hadn't moved. Maya didn't move. Her reflection stared back at her. And just behind it, the copy. Still. Too still. That slight head tilt didn't match her. Not exactly. Which meant one thing. It wasn't just copying anymore. It was trying. Maya, Jonas whispered. What's happening? She kept her eyes on the panel. It made a mistake. A mistake. Yeah, she said quietly. And that's good. Good. It means it's not perfect. Silence. Then, Maya did something risky. She turned. Fast. No hesitation. If it was copying her, it wouldn't have time to react. The corridor behind her was empty. Completely. No figure. No movement. Nothing. But she felt it again. Right behind her. Same distance. Same presence. Closer now. Much closer. Jonas's voice came through tense. Maya, your signal just spiked again. Yeah, she said. I think it didn't like that. Another flicker. The red lights dimmed further. For a second. Almost darkness. And in that second, something shifted. Not behind her this time. In front. At the far end of the corridor. Maya froze. There. A shape. Standing still. Not hiding. Not flickering. Just there. Jonas gasped through the comms. I see it. Maya's heart jumped. You do? Yeah, it just appeared on camera. That was new. Very new. Maya narrowed her eyes. The figure looked like her. Same height. Same stance. Same outline. But the details were off. The way it stood. Too balanced. Too centered. Like it didn't understand small imperfections. It's learning faster, Jonas said. Yeah, Maya replied quietly. The figure didn't move. Just watched her. Then, slowly, it raised its hand. Maya didn't, but it did. A delay. Then, she raised her own hand. Carefully. Testing. The figure adjusted. Matching her again, but slower this time. Trying to correct. Trying to improve. Maya's voice dropped. You want to get it right. The figure's head tilted again. Same wrong angle. Same small error. Jonas whispered, Maya, this is bad. Not yet, she said. Why not? Because it's still learning from me. A pause. Then, she made the mistake. She stepped forward. Toward it. The figure reacted instantly. Too fast. It stepped forward too, but not in sync. Not copying. Acting. The distance between them shrank. And for the first time, Maya realized something she hadn't before. It didn't just want to copy her. It wanted to replace the gap. Between them, Maya stopped immediately. The figure didn't. It took one more step forward. Alone. No delay. No correction. Just movement. Jonas's voice sharpened. Maya, it moved on its own. I see it. Her pulse slowed, forced under control. This was different now. Before it followed. Now, it was choosing. The corridor felt tighter. The red lights flickered softly, stretching shadows between them. Maya stayed still, watching. The figure watched her back. Same posture, same focus. But something was off. Not the shape. Not the movement. The timing. A second too early. Like it was predicting her instead of copying. Maya spoke carefully. You're not waiting anymore. No response. But the figure adjusted its stance slightly. Closer to hers. Trying again. Jonas whispered. It's anticipating you. Yeah, Maya said. And it's getting it wrong. She shifted her weight. Slowly. Testing. The figure reacted. But too soon. A fraction ahead. Then corrected itself. That small correction told her everything. It's guessing, she said. Guessing what? Jonas asked. What I'll do next. The figure stepped forward again. Another independent move. Now only a few meters away. Maya didn't step back. That mattered. She held her ground. The figure stopped too, perfectly aligned again. But this time, it didn't try to match her exactly. It held its own position. Jonas's voice dropped. Maya, distance is closing. You need to move. No, she said quietly. Why not? Because it wants that. Silence. Maya's eyes stayed locked on the figure. If I react, she continued, it learns faster. Another flicker. The figure tilted its head again. Still wrong. Still not quite human, but closer than before. Then, it spoke. Not through comms. Not through speakers. From itself. A voice. Soft. Unstable. Stay. Maya's breath caught. Jonas froze. Did it just? Yes. The word echoed faintly in the corridor. Stay. It was copying her tone now. Her pacing. Her calm. Maya forced her voice steady. You're trying to understand. The figure didn't respond. But it didn't move either. That was something. Maya took a slow breath. Then, she made a small movement. A step to the side. Not forward. Not back. Different. The figure reacted. Too late this time. A delay. Then it shifted. Trying to match. Trying to adjust. Maya's eyes sharpened. You don't like new things. The figure stilled again. The silence grew heavier. Then, without warning, it stepped sideways. Before she did, Jonas whispered, Maya. She didn't answer. Because now, it wasn't just copying. It was experimenting. Trying movements first. Trying to be ahead. And that meant one thing. It didn't need her anymore to start acting. Maya felt it immediately. The shift. Before, every movement had been tied to her. Now, there was a gap. A space where the figure acted first. She stayed still. Careful. Measured. If it leads, she whispered, then I follow. Jonas hesitated. You sure that's a good idea? No, she said, but it's the only way to understand what it wants. The figure stood across from her. Same face. Same stance. But no longer waiting. It moved. A slow step backward. Not copying. Not reacting. Choosing. Maya mirrored it. One step forward. Matching its distance. The figure stopped. So did she. A pause. Then, it turned its head slightly, looking past her, down the corridor behind her. Maya didn't turn. Not immediately. What are you looking at? She asked. The figure didn't answer, but it shifted again. Another step back, further down the corridor, like it wanted her to follow. Jonas's voice tightened. Maya, don't go deeper. We don't know where that leads. I know, she said, but her feet moved anyway. One step, then another, keeping the distance between them constant. The figure continued. Slow, controlled, almost careful, like it didn't want to lose her. The red lights flickered again. For a moment. The corridor stretched longer than it should. Maya blinked. Normal again. Jonas, she said, confirm corridor length. A pause. It's the same. Nothing changed, but it felt different. Longer. Quieter. Wrong. The figure stopped again. Now near the far end. A maintenance door. Closed. Unused. Maya slowed. This section's offline, she said. Yeah, Jonas replied. No power routing there. The figure raised its hand. Not toward her. Toward the door. It hovered there for a second. Then, touched it. The lights flicker hard. The door didn't open. It shouldn't. No power. But the panel beside it. Lit up. Faint. Weak. Jonas's voice sharpened. Maya, that section just registered activity. That's not possible, she said. I know. The figure turned its head back toward her. Then spoke. Clearer now. More stable. Open. Maya's stomach tightened. You want me to open it? The figure didn't move. Didn't blink. Just waited. Jonas cut in immediately. Maya, do not open that door. Maya didn't answer. Her eyes stayed locked on the figure. Because now she understood something new. It wasn't just learning. It was leading her somewhere. And whatever was behind that door, it wanted access. The question was, why couldn't it open it itself? Maya didn't move. Her eyes shifted briefly to the control panel beside the door. Dim light. Minimal power. Still active somehow. Behind her, Jonas didn't hesitate. Maya, step away. That section is offline for a reason. I know, she said, but her voice was quieter now. More focused. The figure remained still. hand resting lightly on the door. Waiting, not forcing, not breaking in, just asking. That was the important part. Maya took a slow breath. "You can't open it," she said. The figure didn't respond, but its hand pressed slightly harder against the surface. Not enough to do anything, just enough to show. It had tried. Jonas caught on. "It needs you." "Yeah," Maya said. "Why?" She didn't answer immediately. Her eyes stayed on the figure. "Because it doesn't understand systems," she said finally. "It copies movement, behavior, but not function." Jonas exhaled. "So it can mimic us, but it can't use what we use." "Exactly." The figure tilted its head again. "That same small mistake. Still not perfect. Still learning." Maya stepped closer, slowly, carefully, closing the gap. Jonas raised his voice. "Maya, don't." "I'm not opening it," she said. "Then what are you doing?" "I'm testing it." She stopped just a few steps away from the figure. Closer than before. Closer than was safe. The air felt heavier here. Quieter. Like the station itself was holding its breath. Maya raised her hand. Not toward the panel. Toward the door. The figure reacted instantly. Mirroring her. Hand lifting the same way. Same height. Same angle. But not touching the panel. Just the surface. Maya pressed her palm flat against the door. The panel flickered slightly. Recognizing contact. Waiting for input. The figure did the same. Palm against the door. But nothing happened. No response. No system recognition. Maya's eyes narrowed. "You can't trigger it." The figure stilled. Jonas whispered. "It doesn't register as a user." "Yeah," Maya said. "It's not part of the system." The figure lowered its hand slightly. Then looked at hers. Studying. Analyzing. Maya slowly moved her hand from the door to the control panel, hovering over it. Not pressing anything. Just showing. The panel glowed faintly. Active. Responsive. The figure copied the motion. But again, it hovered in the wrong place. A few centimeters off. Close. But not enough. Maya's voice dropped. "You don't know where to touch." The figure adjusted. Trying again. Still wrong. A small error. But a critical one. Jonas exhaled. "So it stuck." Maya didn't look away. "No," she said quietly. "It's learning how not to be." The figure paused, then slowly turned its head back toward her. And for the first time, it didn't copy anything. It just looked, then spoke. Clear, direct. "Show me." The corridor went silent. Because now, it wasn't just observing. It was asking to be taught. The words hung in the air. "Show me." Maya didn't move, didn't answer. Because this was different. Before it copied, then it anticipated. Now, it was asking. Jonas's voice came through, tight and urgent. "Maya, don't respond. If it learns systems." "I know," she said quietly. Her eyes stayed locked on the figure. It hadn't moved, hadn't tried again, just waited, patient. That was new too. Maya slowly lowered her hand from the panel. The light dimmed slightly. The figure reacted, not by copying, but by watching the panel instead, tracking cause and effect. "See that?" Maya said softly. Jonas didn't answer, but she knew he was watching. "It's not mimicking anymore," she continued. "It's connecting actions." The figure lifted its hand again, carefully, slower than before, more deliberate. It hovered near the panel, closer than last time, but still off, still wrong. The panel didn't react. The figure froze, then looked back at Maya, waiting. "Show me," it repeated, clearer, more stable. Maya exhaled slowly. This was the line. If she helped it, it would learn. If she didn't, it might try something else, something worse. Jonas spoke again. "Maya, listen to me. The second it understands interfaces, we lose control of the station." "I know." "Then don't do it." Maya stayed silent for a few seconds, thinking, watching. The figure didn't rush her, didn't move closer, just stayed there, waiting. That told her something important. It needed permission, or at least, guidance. Maya made a small decision. Not a full step, just enough. She raised her hand again, slowly, deliberately, and this time, she exaggerated the motion. Clear, obvious. Her fingers hovered directly over the correct input point. The panel brightened, responding. The figure watched closely. Then, it tried again, hand lifting, matching her path more carefully. Closer, closer, but still slightly off. No response. A mistake. Maya didn't correct it. She lowered her hand again. The panel dimmed. The figure paused, then adjusted. Try to remember. Trying to improve. Jonas whispered. Maya, what are you doing? I'm slowing it down, she said. Ow! I'm not giving it the full answer. The figure tried again. Closer this time. Almost perfect. But still missing. Maya's voice dropped. You're close. The figure stopped. Then, for the first time, it didn't look at the panel. It looked at her, studying something else. Not her hands. Not her movement. Her face. Her expression. And that's when Maya realized. It wasn't just learning how to interact. It was learning how she decides to help. Maya's heart raced, but her voice stayed calm. You're learning more than just controls, she said softly. You're learning decisions. Timing. Patience. The figure mirrored her stance now, but unlike before, it didn't try to mimic her movements instantly. Instead, it paused, hesitated, studied her, and then made a choice. Its own choice, but influenced by her example. Jonas's voice was tight in her ear. Maya, it's anticipating decisions, not just actions. That's new. I know, she whispered, and we need to test it carefully. Maya took a small step back from the panel, deliberately slowing her motion. The figure froze, watching, then stepped back slightly too, mimicking her timing. Not the exact distance, just the rhythm. Perfect, Maya muttered quietly. It's learning restraint. Jonas swallowed audibly. Or patience or control. Whatever it's doing, it's adapting fast. Maya nodded. Exactly. That's why I can't let it do this alone. She raised her hand again, not touching the panel this time. Slowly, she moved her fingers toward the control point. Deliberate, obvious but not complete. The figure mirrored her motion. Close, almost exact, but still a fraction off. It adjusted, held, paused, like it was calculating, thinking, rather than just copying. Jonas whispered, Maya, what happens if it gets it right? Maya's eyes didn't leave the figure. Then it knows the station as well as we do. But for now, it's still learning from me. The figure hesitated, then lifted its hand higher. A small flicker on the panel. Jonas exhaled. It's responding. Maya kept her tone soft but firm. Not fully. Not yet. That's your choice. That's how you learn to follow rules. The figure paused again. Eyes, or what passed for eyes, on her. Tilted its head slightly, mimicking her calm expression. Not perfectly, but closely enough to be eerie. Maya lowered her hand and stepped back, watching its reaction. The figure did the same. This time, slower. Careful. Thinking. You're learning how I decide, she said quietly. Not just what to do, when to do it. Another flicker of the lights. A subtle hum in the corridor. And for the first time, Maya felt a strange mix of relief and tension. It wasn't just copying her anymore. It was learning from her. And that meant she was still in control. For now, Maya took a deep breath, steadying herself. The figure stood a few meters away, still learning, still waiting. She knew that whatever choice she made next could define the station's fate and her own. Jonas's voice was tight in her calm. Maya, are you sure about this? She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she studied the figure. Its posture, its hesitation, its mimicking of her expressions. Every motion told her it had limits. It could observe. It could copy. It could learn. But it couldn't think beyond her guidance yet. That gave her an edge. Maya stepped forward, carefully, deliberately, and placed her hand on the panel. The lights flickered and the system recognized the input. The figure mirrored her movement almost perfectly, stopping just short of contact, still learning. I'm going to teach you the rules, Maya said calmly. The limits, the boundaries. Not because I trust you, but because I control what you can learn. The figure paused, its head tilted slightly, its motion slowed, cautious. It had learned patience. She smiled faintly. Jonas muttered, You're taking a risk. Yes, she replied, but it's the only way to make sure we stay in control. Step by step, she guided it, showing the correct sequence without completing it for it entirely. The figure repeated her actions, making small mistakes, correcting itself, hesitating, but never breaking the rules she set. Maya felt a surge of relief. She was still in charge. She was the one setting the pace, deciding the limits, and teaching the boundaries. Finally, she stepped back, letting it hold the last position alone. It froze, studying her expression, processing what it had learned. Maya's voice was firm. Enough for now. Observe. Learn, but don't act without me. The figure lowered its hand slightly, almost in acknowledgement. It hadn't left, hadn't broken the rules. Jonas exhaled. You really are the only one keeping the station safe. Maya's eyes softened, though alertness never left them. For now, she said quietly. This station, these systems, they're mine. And I decide who learns and how. The lights flickered again, dim and steady this time, as if the station itself recognized her control. The figure remained where it was, learning, waiting, but under her guidance. Maya glanced around the corridor. The station had become quiet again, but the tension lingered. She knew the entity would keep learning, testing, observing. But she had made the choice that mattered, to stay deliberate, calm, and in command. And for the first time that night, she felt a sense of ownership. Not just of the station, not just of the systems, but of the situation itself. The entity could learn, but she would always decide the lesson. Maya turned back toward the control room, steady, confident. The night shift was no longer boring. It was hers.